Have you ever wondered about the hidden mysteries and unexplained phenomena surrounding world religions? As we start our journey with Echoes of Faith, we immediately delve into our first destinations, the ancient civilizations of Sumer and Egypt. We will explore their rich pantheons, unravel their creation myths, and comprehend their elaborate death rituals. Then we traverse to the fertile lands of the Indus Valley, witnessing the emergence and evolution of Hinduism and its profound teachings. Next, we pivot our attention towards the rise of monotheism. We explore the influences of Egyptian religion on this shift, delve into the evolution of Judaism, and unearth the deep-seated roots of Christianity. Our journey seeks to offer a broad and inclusive look at the history of world religions and the interconnections and mysteries that surround them. We aim to provide you with a deeper understanding of religious traditions and the roles they play in the world today. Our journey begins in the cradle of civilization, where the Sumerian and Egyptian cultures conceived their intricate belief systems. Sumer, often hailed as the birthplace of civilization, gave birth to a rich tapestry of myths and deities. The Sumerians believed in a pantheon of gods, each ruling over an element of the natural world or human experience. Their creation myths, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh, painted vivid tales of divine power and human ambition. On the other hand, Egyptian mythology was deeply intertwined with the natural world and the cycle of life and death. Through their creation myths, the Egyptians sought to make sense of the world around them. Gods like Ra, the sun god, and Osiris, the god of the afterlife, played significant roles in these narratives. But it wasn't just about life. The Egyptians were equally invested in death. They believed that death was not an end, but a transition to another form of existence. This belief was reflected in their elaborate death rituals, including mummification and the construction of grand tombs. The purpose? To ensure a safe journey for the deceased in the afterlife. Similarly, the Sumerians also held intricate death rituals. They believed in a grim underworld ruled by the queen Ereshkigal. To appease her and secure a peaceful afterlife, they performed elaborate burial rites, often burying the deceased with everyday objects and food for their journey. These ancient belief systems, with their complex pantheons and rituals, laid the groundwork for many religious ideologies that followed. They ushered in a new era of human thought, one that sought to understand the mysteries of life, death, and the divine. A journey that we continue to embark on thousands of years later. Moving eastwards, we find ourselves in the Indus Valley, the birthplace of one of the world's oldest religions, Hinduism. This ancient civilization, flourishing around 5,000 years ago, is where the roots of Hinduism took hold. Here we discover the origins of profound concepts such as Dharma, Karma, and Moksha, which continue to define the essence of Hinduism today. Delving deeper, we encounter rituals and traditions that have stood the test of time. The Indus Valley civilization was marked by a deep reverence for nature and the elements, a belief that permeates Hindu practices even today. From the ritualistic worship of rivers and trees to the sacredness of fire and ceremonies, the echoes of these early practices reverberate in the hymns and rituals of modern Hinduism. As we navigate the labyrinth of Hindu mythology, we encounter a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each embodying distinct aspects of life and the universe. These divine entities, first worshipped by the Indus Valley people, have evolved and expanded over millennia, resulting in the rich tapestry of deities we see in Hinduism today. The Indus Valley civilization also gave rise to the concept of yoga, a spiritual and physical discipline aimed at attaining inner peace and enlightenment. Yoga, with its origins in the ancient Indus Valley, is now a global phenomenon, practiced by millions around the world for its physical and spiritual benefits. As we trace the journey of Hinduism from its birth in the Indus Valley to its contemporary form, we witness a religion that has evolved and adapted, yet has remained deeply rooted in its ancient traditions. The influence of the Indus Valley civilization on Hinduism is a testament to the enduring power of these early beliefs and practices. Hinduism's rich tapestry of beliefs and practices continue to influence millions around the world today. From the philosophy of Hinduism, a new faith emerged, offering a different path to enlightenment: Buddhism. This path was paved by Siddhartha Gautama, an enlightened being who came to be known as the Buddha. Born into luxury, he abandoned his princely life in search of truth, ultimately achieving enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. His teachings, encapsulating the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, provide a guide to end suffering and achieve nirvana, a state of ultimate liberation. Buddhism soon spread across Asia, carried by monks, traders, and wandering ascetics. It branched into various schools, each interpreting Buddha's teachings in unique ways. Theravada Buddhism, for instance, adhered closely to the original teachings, while Mahayana Buddhism introduced the concept of bodhisattvas, enlightened beings who postpone nirvana to help others achieve enlightenment. Yet, Buddhism and Hinduism share more than just geographical origins. They're intertwined philosophically, sharing concepts such as karma, the law of cause and effect, and dharma, the moral and ethical duties one must follow. Both also acknowledge the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, known as samsara, and the ultimate goal of liberation from this cycle. Hinduism's rich pantheon contrasts with Buddhism's non-theistic approach, yet both emphasize compassion, non-violence, and the pursuit of wisdom. They encourage introspection, meditation, and ethical living as means to spiritual growth. However, Buddhism diverges from Hinduism in significant ways. It rejects the caste system and the rituals of Brahmanic Hinduism. It emphasizes the middle way, a path of moderation away from the extremes of self-indulgence and self-mortification. Buddha's teachings offer a practical, experiential path towards enlightenment, accessible to all, irrespective of their social standing. Buddhism's teachings have left an indelible mark on the spiritual landscape of the world. From Zen gardens in Japan to the towering statues of the Buddha in Thailand and the peaceful monasteries of Tibet, Buddhism's influence reverberates across continents, cultures, and centuries, a testament to the enduring power of its philosophy. We return to Egypt, witnessing a transformation from polytheism to monotheism, paving the way for the rise of Judaism and Christianity. Egypt, with its pantheon of gods and intricate mythology, started to display elements of monotheism during the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaten. This pharaoh, in an unprecedented move, declared Aten, the sun disk, as the supreme deity, subtly shifting Egypt towards monotheism. This shift was not without resistance, and after Akhenaten's death, Egypt largely reverted to its polytheistic traditions. Yet the seed of monotheism had been sown, and it would later find fertile ground in the emergence of Judaism. Judaism, with its roots in the ancient Near East, evolved around the concept of a single all-powerful God. Figures like Abraham, Isaac, and Moses played pivotal roles in shaping this monotheistic faith. The story of Exodus, where Moses leads the Israelites out of Egyptian slavery, remains a cornerstone of Jewish faith and identity. It's a tale of liberation, covenant, and the establishment of laws that would guide the Jewish people. Then, in the 1st century CE, within this Jewish context, a new voice emerged. Jesus of Nazareth, a Jewish preacher, started to share teachings that would become the foundation of Christianity. He emphasized love, forgiveness, and a personal relationship with God. His life, crucifixion, and the belief in his resurrection became central to Christian faith. Jesus' followers, initially a small group, spread his teachings, leading to the birth of Christianity. The religion diverged from its Jewish roots, embracing the concept of the Holy Trinity, God as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yet, it retained the Jewish scriptures as the Old Testament, signifying its deep connection to Judaism. These monotheistic religions have greatly shaped the world as we know it today. In the heart of the Roman Empire, a new faith was taking shape: Christianity. In its early stages, Christianity was far from a monolithic entity. The faith was born out of the teachings of Jesus Christ, a figure whose radical ideas of love, forgiveness, and equality were revolutionary in a world marked by social hierarchies and religious legalism. Early Christian communities were as diverse as the Roman Empire itself. From the cosmopolitan city of Alexandria to the rural landscapes of Gaul, different groups interpreted Jesus' teachings in their own unique ways. Gnostics, for example, believed in a spiritual realm that was superior to the physical world, while others, like the Ebionites, held tightly to their Jewish roots and laws. However, amidst this diversity, a more unified form of Christianity began to emerge. This was largely driven by the rise of the Catholic Church, which sought to standardize Christian beliefs and practices. Church fathers, such as Augustine and Jerome, played a crucial role in this process, writing influential works that shaped Christian doctrine for centuries to come. The Roman world provided a backdrop for this religious transformation. The empire's extensive road network facilitated the spread of Christian ideas, while the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability, allowed the faith to take root and grow. Moreover, key moments in Roman history, like Emperor Constantine's conversion to Christianity and the Edict of Milan, which granted religious freedom, were instrumental in the ascendancy of the Church. Over time, the once persecuted faith would come to be the dominant religion of the Roman world, profoundly influencing Western civilization. Christianity's journey from a small sect to a global religion is a testament to the power of faith and the human spirit. It's a narrative of perseverance, transformation, and hope that continues to resonate today. The Roman world played a pivotal role in the spread and evolution of Christianity. In the sands of Arabia, a new revelation was about to change the course of history: the advent of Islam. In the 7th century, a man named Muhammad, born in the city of Mecca, would forever alter the religious landscape. He claimed to receive divine revelations over a span of 23 years, which would later be compiled into the Quran, the holy book of Islam. The Quran, embodying the core teachings of Islam, emphasizes monotheism, the belief in one God, Allah, and the importance of leading a righteous life. Prophet Muhammad's life and teachings form the foundation of Islam. He is revered as the seal of the prophets, the final messenger in a long line of prophets including Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. His life exemplified the principles he preached, serving as a model for Muslims worldwide. Islam doesn't exist in isolation. Its roots are intertwined with Judaism and Christianity, sharing many prophets, stories, and beliefs. These monotheistic religions are often referred to as the Abrahamic faiths, named after the patriarch Abraham, a key figure in all three. The Quran recognizes the Torah and the Bible as divine revelations, but maintains that their messages were distorted over time, and that the Quran is the final uncorrupted word of God. The advent of Islam marked a significant shift in the religious and cultural landscape of the Arabian Peninsula and beyond. The faith rapidly spread across vast territories from the Iberian Peninsula to the borders of China. Islam's influence has been transformative, shaping societies, cultures, and civilizations over the centuries. In essence, the advent of Islam introduced a new chapter in the history of monotheistic religions. Its teachings, based on the revelations received by Prophet Muhammad, provide a comprehensive guide for personal development and social reform, emphasizing the unity of God, moral responsibility, and the pursuit of justice. The influence of Islam extends far beyond its birthplace, shaping societies and cultures around the globe. As cultures interact, so do their beliefs, leading to fascinating instances of religious syncretism. This is the process where different religious beliefs merge into new faiths, creating a melting pot of spiritual practices and doctrines. This has been a significant factor in the evolution of religions worldwide. Take, for instance, the blending of indigenous African religions and Christianity in the Americas. In regions like Brazil and the Caribbean, we see the emergence of syncretic religions like Santeria and Vodou. These faiths incorporate elements of Christian saints and rituals with African deities and practices, creating a unique spiritual landscape. In the East, we observe syncretism in the form of Shinto Buddhism in Japan. While Shinto is the indigenous faith of the Japanese, the introduction of Buddhism in the 6th century led to a fusion of the two. This resulted in a religious environment where many Japanese practice both faiths, seamlessly incorporating Buddhist teachings into Shinto rituals and vice versa. It's not just about blending though. Ancient beliefs have also morphed into new religious forms. Consider the evolution of pagan practices into modern-day Wicca, or how ancient Gnostic teachings have resurfaced in contemporary spiritual movements. These transformations remind us that while religions may change and evolve, they often carry forward echoes of the past. Syncretism, in essence, reflects the dynamic nature of human spirituality. It underscores our collective quest for understanding and connection in a complex world. This process allows for the adaptation and survival of ancient beliefs in modern contexts, proving the enduring power and relevance of spiritual ideas. The intermingling of faiths has given rise to a diverse tapestry of global beliefs. It's a testament to the fluidity of faith and the human capacity for spiritual growth and adaptation. As we continue our exploration of world religions, let's keep in mind the intricate web of influences that have shaped them. Religion and politics have been intertwined throughout history, influencing and shaping each other. This relationship has often played out on a grand stage, where the divine and the worldly intersect. Here we delve into this intricate dance, exploring how power and politics have shaped religious narratives and institutions. Imagine the ancient world, kingdoms and empires stretching across vast landscapes, with rulers wielding power, not just as political leaders, but often as divine figures. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs were considered gods incarnate, their rule legitimized by their divine status. Similarly, in the Roman Empire, Emperors were deified, blurring the lines between mortal and divine. This divine sanction of power wasn't limited to rulers. Religious institutions themselves wielded immense influence, often becoming entwined with political structures. The Catholic Church, for instance, evolved into a potent political entity during the Middle Ages, shaping European politics for centuries. But this interplay between power, politics, and religion hasn't always been smooth. Controversies and conspiracies have arisen, questioning the authenticity of religious narratives and the hidden truths they might conceal. Theories abound about the existence of secret religious artifacts, like the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant, their whereabouts shrouded in mystery. These narratives, whether fact or fiction, have fueled debates, sparked conflicts, and influenced the course of history. And then there are the hidden truths, the interpretations of religious texts manipulated to serve political ends, the suppression of dissenting voices, the control of knowledge. These are aspects of history that are often overlooked, but they're vital in understanding the complex relationship between power, politics, and religion. It's important to remember, though, that this interplay is not just a thing of the past. It continues to shape our world today, affecting our societies, our beliefs, and our actions. From theocracies to secular states, from religious extremism to interfaith dialogues, the dance between power, politics, and the divine continues unabated. The interplay between power, politics, and religion continues to shape our world today. We have traversed through the annals of religious history, unearthing fascinating insights and mysteries. We've journeyed from the ancient foundations of Sumer, Egypt, and the Indus Valley, where we examined creation myths, death rituals, and the evolution of early Hindu practices. These ancient civilizations laid the groundwork for many of the religious beliefs and practices that continue to shape our world today. We then explored the rich tapestry of Hinduism and Buddhism, diving deep into the philosophies of Dharma and Nirvana, and the impact these teachings have had on billions of lives. We saw how these Eastern religions gave rise to a wealth of spiritual wisdom and practices that continue to resonate with seekers around the world. Our journey also took us to the rise of monotheism, from the transition in Egyptian religion to the evolution of Judaism and the roots of Christianity. We've seen how these faiths, with their shared prophets and stories, have shaped so much of history and culture. We've delved into the diverse early Christian sects and the ascendancy of the Catholic Church, and how it shaped Christian doctrine and practice. We've explored the foundations of Islam, its relationship with Judaism and Christianity, and the significance of the Kaaba and Mecca. We've seen examples of syncretism in various cultures and how ancient beliefs have morphed into new religious forms. And we've examined the role of power and politics in shaping religious narratives, and investigated controversial theories about hidden truths and artifacts in major religions. This journey through the echoes of faith has been a rich tapestry of stories, beliefs, and practices, each one a thread woven into the fabric of human history. We've seen how these diverse faiths, though different in their practices and beliefs, share common themes of seeking truth, understanding the divine, and striving for a better life. As we conclude our journey, remember that the echoes of faith continue to reverberate, shaping our world in profound ways. The stories, practices, and beliefs we've explored are not just relics of the past, but living traditions that continue to inspire, challenge, and guide us as we navigate the complexities of the modern world.